Hello and welcome to more Apologies Today's Attorney. In the last episode, we did our next investigation section for Turnabout Serenade, and today we're going to be heading back to court to do the trial thing. Well, this is it. Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday. Yes, I already know. I don't have the memory of a flea. I remember what happened in the last episode. Yes, I get it. Thanks. Just get to the new stuff. What was that? Probably what? Who's that talking? The man in the yellow suit. Valiant Gamma-Ray. He's in the door like an average muggle, no less. You are the witness today. Are you, Uncle Valiant? Why would he be? Preposterous proposition. How can I stand upon the stand? Why, my secrets would be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day, he says, standing directly in front of two police officers. And us. Ooh, with vanishing magic? Indeed, I will jump upon an straight express train and express myself to the next town over. Before I go, a word of warning. Warning? What? A grand glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. A glamour. A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. This trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell! I'm so glad you stopped by to tell us literally nothing useful. You sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull it off a show without one. The big illusion's always a spectacle to remember. Usually involve the Eiffel Tower, anything really. So he was talking about what he saw with the concert. Lamar's disappearing act, and Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar. I wonder what he meant by being at the root of all that has happened. Well, it's about time. Shall we go?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
The schedule starting on the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Huh? Did something happen? This is a first.
It was by the judge's request, an urgent personal business.
Could it be the fact that he's visiting the Chief Justice's son? Could that be the reason why? I think that might be the reason why.
Great, I bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas.
Apparently he's visiting the hospital again.
Hospital?
I believe it was mentioned that Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning.
Chief Justice's son. Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go to visit him after the trial.
There's an article about it in the newspaper. If you can't read that yourself.
Newspaper article adds to the court record. In Curtis? Where have I heard that before? I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV Guide page to me. Try not to lose the page of the funnies if you can. July 10th, 10:30 a.m. District Court number 3. My apologies for the delay. Court is now session for the trial of... how do you say his name again?
Makita Bay, a suspect fortissimo.
Right. It's his trial in any case. The defense is prepared, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready to rock and roll, dude.
Is something wrong, Your Honor?
No, well, yes. It's just, I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a difficult time.
In Curtis, was it? The article said there was no known cure.
Your Judge, let me say, with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is the time for tears. Now is the time for law.
Indeed. We left off at quite the juncture yesterday.
I asked for input about that number.
Yes, we remember all the stuff. My memory is not this pathetically awful. Yeah. Why does this game think my memory is just, like, abysmal?
Who would have thought Darian would get started in the season's cliffhanger as a suspect?
I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings.
Darian Quicksand is a member of my band, the Gavineers. He is also a detective, making the current charge serious indeed. Yet after investigation, I found no cause to alter our case or file new charges.
And your reason is?
Weren't you aware, Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi.
An alibi?
Let's review the facts again, shall we? The concert held the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. Gavineers ripped out the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took center stage.
Oh my God's sake, I don't need to see this stupid concert video again, just let me skip the text. Oh my God, how many times are they gonna show us this stupid video?
Shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the 3rd set. Lamar, the defendant, Matthew Tubey, had left the stage at that point, and the Gavineers were already rocking. This meant 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots everybody thinking of the sky, mind you.
And Apollo, you heard them too, right?
I sure did. But when Lamar himself witnessed the moment of the crime, well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime. And she claims to have heard Mr. Lewis and Detective Crescent talking.
Well, that's impossible. Detective Crescent was...
Besides, Detective Crescent was on stage getting his groove on her nest.
Does the defense have anything to add to this?
It's true, when I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, though, something here doesn't quite add up.
It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Zoe and Kristen's alibi has been acknowledged.
Which is more sadly mistaken. Your testimony cannot be true.
Very well. Of course, if we can disregard our testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed there are no objections.
Uh-oh, Apollo. If he declares a verdict now... but Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lamar might have been... You idiots! Can't you figure out why the headset was on the ground? And why the igniter was a thing? I can never rely on your testimony. Wait. What about yesterday in the detention center? Yes, again, my memory is not this awful. Just call him to the stand already.
Oh my god. I'm so sick of this case.
Your Honor.
No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquis or Mr. Justice.
Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I'd like to call by the witness.
Then who is you need to hear from?
A witness who until now has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English.
You don't mean?
I do. The defense calls defendant Maki Tobei to the stand.
What? Why doesn't speak English?
Well, he's an interpreter.
Interpreter, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases, just I love you and where's the toilet?
Defense would like to request Lemoire as the interpreter.
Lemoire? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant.
But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie?
This is most unusual.
Brother forehead. Your judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lemoire lies, I'll be able to tell. In my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that.
Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal.
Finally, some progress.
Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lemoire to the witness stand.
Ooh, now we get to cross-examine two people. Wowie!
He says Maki Tobei, the defendant.
This is certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really needed an interpretation of that message in particular.
So far, so good.
Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would.
Huh? If I would what, Your Honor?
What? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about?
What I wanted to testify about? I hadn't thought that far yet. Apollo, aren't you gonna ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday? How can I if I don't know what he was saying?
Excuse me a moment, if I may speak.
Yes, Lemoire?
Just now, Maki said there was something about he wishes to testify.
Maki wants to testify about something, what could it be?
What sort of testimony is he talking about?
One moment, please.
The suspense is killing me.
What?
What?
Well, Lemoire?
According to Maki, he has proof of his innocence.
What?
Why the f did you wait until now to present the defense of the case?
This is a surprise.
Yahoo! Victory, Apollo! We did it! Sounding too good to believe, and I know what that usually means.
Well, if that's true, then this is false testimony. Maki, please testify to the court.
Very well. He says that word of Mr. Tu's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, that is, he could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are English, he does not understand them.
Okay, I don't necessarily know. So, here's the thing. Like, sure he can't speak English, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know what they, like, Lemoire is an interpreter, so that doesn't mean he doesn't know what they mean.
I see. He wouldn't have understood the English to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely.
I wonder what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask.
Yeah, exactly. Lemoire, did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him?
Yeah, what?
Well, then there you go.
As a for Peter winning every fit beforehand, Lemoire may be predicting the witness.
Well, anyway, let's proceed with the cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would.
Yes, Your Honor. Something hidden in that testimony I know, and I'll just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. Oh my god. Oh, just in case you couldn't tell, you gotta use your perceive ability. I guess yesterday to work today. Yay. Let's use the perceive ability that everybody loves so much. Okay, well, the only thing that stands out is, like I said, the fact that he probably could understand them. He probably knew exactly what they meant, at least. Of course, now I have to look at two people's faces. Okay. I can't see either of your hands.
Oh? His eyes are moving. His eyes were moving.
They were moving for a second, but they're not moving anymore. That's gotta be something. It's agonizing how... Like, there's nothing about this mechanic is good. Because you have so little time to actually search the entirety of the... You have to search the entirety of the body, both bodies in this case, before the freaking... The time runs out. Gotcha. before the time runs out, and if you miss, you have to hear the whole thing again. It's just... Maki, you're not telling us the entire truth. I can see it clear as day.
Perhaps my interpretation is at fault. Now he says, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Paul, neither of them look uncertain at all.
Lemur, is it not your interpretation that is to blame here? It is a lack of anything resembling intelligence in that white forehead, you see.
What? You'd have to interpret that for him. Looks like I pointed at the wrong spot. What? But his eyes were moving. His eyes were moving! His eyes were glancing in a different direction. Is that not suspicious in the slightest? Oh, now it accepts it. Okay. Makes perfect sense. You can't fool my eyes. You glanced toward her the very moment Lemore said the word English. Why? I don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. You're gonna say English, can't you? You can hear how much I care about this in my voice. I'll be frank. I gave up on the any chance of this case being good as soon as I found out that the police A, didn't check for fingerprints, and B, thought that he could have done it at all, any degree. It's like, must he continue this charade?
Mr. Justice, Maki says this. I know the word English.
Huh?
Before coming to this country, you heard me speaking English. He learned the name for the language, that is all.
What? Give me a break.
It's such an unusual word to understand. Do you not know Espanol, for instance?
Well, yeah, but...
I'm sorry, but he truly does not understand your language.
Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics?
Have you already been such a suspicious-minded lad? So simple.
I'm sure it is. I can't wait for you to tell me why. He read about the newspaper. What newspaper? Is it the Borginian newspaper that we have? Because last time I checked, yeah, it doesn't mention the lyrics. Bullshit. He did not read. No, we don't. Anything else you have to say is irrelevant because it doesn't mention the lyrics in it. It just straight up doesn't. I have here a Virginia newspaper, the Virginia Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature article about the case. Could you read this to me, Maki? That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics.
What is it all about?
I'm sorry, Maki. Couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Virginia newspaper.
What does this mean?
But let's see how it's possible. I know, he must have heard the lyrics and the police were doing the questioning, yes. That passed with the subject of the lyrics and that brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself.
So, the lyrics weren't in the newspaper and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less.
Why does he explain herself, or her himself?
Like he says,
Yes?
it is true I read the newspaper, but this is not where I heard the lyrics, I was mistaken. Now I remember.
You remember?
He said he heard the lyrics from me.
What?
Is this true, Lemoire?
Yes, I'm afraid I've forgotten it myself.
It looks like you're forced to jump into conclusions again.
It seems so, yes.
No. I was onto something, I know it. I can't let this chance slip away.
Time is an issue today. Mr. Justice, are you finished with the cross-examination?
What are you gonna do, Apollo? If we want to keep on cross-examining, I better have an angle of attack. Or else. My bracelet's still reacting. Of course it is. Your Honor, please allow me to continue.
If you must, you must. Very well. Witness?
I understand.
Okay, let's go again. Well, it wouldn't be something he's doing because he's not the one giving the testimony. So what's up with you? Oh, you're swallowing again. You know the body reveals our thoughts, and yours is telling me you were uncertain just now. So,
Yeah, me too in this enough.
yes, of course.
I must admit, I find it hard to interpret that makes sense.
What? But you were gulping again. I saw it. I saw you start gulping.
I'm sorry, I've already told him. Hehe.
Great. Now even my client's laughing at me. Guess that was the wrong spot as well. No, this thing has to be so precise. If you're 1 pixel off of where it has to be, yeah, she's gulping. If you're 1 pixel off of where it has to be, it's just like, ha, no, you don't get to, nope, that there be against them rules. Lamoire, I'm currently cross-examining Maki. Why should you be so uncertain?
Me uncertain?
Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court it was I who explained.
I see those to the point trying to hide anything from you.
Lamoire, are you indeed protecting someone?
That is not a simple question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe in myself.
Then allow me to answer for you. Lamoire, you're protecting Maki. No one's surprised at this. Lamoire, are you protecting Maki? That's why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Maki, I believe you didn't do it. Really, I trust you, but you've lied to us twice, and now you have Lamora lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your 2 lies cover a simple truth. You understand English. You have to.
Witness, is this true? Do you understand English?
Yes, a little only.
What a fantastic turn of events. Oh, good God. Okay. Here we go.
As you can see now, they can talk, and you did not know about this, Lamar. I know, I did not. It is what a surprise.
How many secrets is this witness hiding?
This is last.
Maki, could you tell us what really happened?
No shooting. I did no shooting.
So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those 2 gunshots, correct?
Apparently the answer to the question isn't simple either.
I was in dressing room, behind desk, manager, here, on floor.
Which would be after the shooting, right?
Then, there is voice.
Voice? What voices? Was it you and Emma, Apollo? So when Maki went into the dressing room, Mr. Latu's had already been shot, and then when we came to the door...
Panel, high up, I take off, run away, run away.
So it was you who escaped through the air vent.
The prosecution has held all along on this. The defendant has admitted to being in the scene. Might we take this as a confession?
No, he's clearly denied that he did it.
No shooting.
They hit you on floor, already on floor.
The defendant had already been shot. You say if I had him leave. The defendant understood the surroundings. He was at the scene of the crime. This can mean only one thing. He is the shooter.
Mr. Defendant, have anything to say about this?
He's claimed up, Apollo.
Well, let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness?
Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get to testify about? Wait. No, of course there is. What's a cocoon anyway? Yeah. We already know about the cocoon. Great. Let's just keep going. My memory isn't this pathetic. I don't know how many times you have to keep showing me these things that we literally just learned. Like, look, there's always been flashbacks in Apollo and in Ace Attorney games, right? But they've never been that long, and they've never been this frequent. That cocoon has to have something to do with this. Maki, please tell us the truth for your own sake.
No, must speak not to any of you.
So much of your precious trust, your forehead.
Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him.
Regardless, this brings us to an impasse.
It does seem to be the defense and the defendant. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of the value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we may proceed.
Oh, great.
Apa justice.
That's justice. Better learn how to say if you ever want to get some. But, Apollo! He barely understands English, you inconsiderate shithead! Oh my god.
Believe, I no shooting.
Maki claims Mr. Latus was already down on the ground when he entered the room.
Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it? Suddenly, I hear revolver. Close, very close. And I hear voice.
You heard gunshots?
Yes, it's true. I hear revolver, but only sound.
Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Latus already dead and then you heard shots? Wow! Almost like I already figured this out 6 years ago. If that's true.
So,
and you escaped to the air vent.
I know.
Huh? What do you know?
I know of my opening vent. I can leave stage and backstage.
So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area? Is that what he means?
Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo.
Huh? Yeah. But how did you know that it was connected like that?
I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something. I hear this from Magician.
Magician?
Don't look at me.
A magician, huh?
Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Maki didn't shoot Latus.
Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then heard the shots? That one's gonna go over well in the court. Not.
Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies. That's what Daddy always told me.
I'll just pretend you misheard him. Every time. So, what do we do?
You sure you want to testify, Maki?
No talking. No.
Well, it's worth a shot.
That cocoon. Oh my god, again! How many flashbacks do you need?
Jesus Christ.
Of course he's scared. Well, that's the spirit, Apollo. So what's your plan? If Maki won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify.
Someone else?
I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there.
Right.
Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. So will he testify?
Your Honor, the defendant will not testify.
Whoa, what?
Shame here, I thought you was your big chance to turn the case around.
Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach the case from a different angle, Your Honor.
A different angle?
If Maki won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case, Lamar.
Lamar?
What are you up to now?
Lamar was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries.
What happened?
She was assaulted, Your Honor.
Assaulted?
Someone wanted Lamar dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself.
What? I heard no such report.
Prosecutor Gavin, why would anyone be out to kill Lamar? Can you think of a reason?
Well,
Think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been?
You don't think?
I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Latouche. The killer was afraid of her, afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out.
I don't understand this is what you were saying. Namely, there is a nugget of truth in Lamar's testimony. A nugget we have yet to uncover.
Exactly.
If Lamar was attacked, this has serious implications. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. This court will hear Lamar's testimony once more.
I must apologize. He must ask you to stand here and speak.
You need not apologize. I know that Maki is innocent, and I will do all that I can until the court realizes this.
Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard two gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window. And that the voice belonged to the Darien Crescent, yes?
That is correct.
Which one proves you cannot be correct? You couldn't have heard any of those things. The spell window with the suit was closed and it was found to be quite soundproof.
You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice?
I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know that there's something there.
There seems much you did not know.
And yet it is my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness would be so kind as to testify once more to the court?
Of course, Your Honor.
You know, I never got sick of a case in the original trilogy. Like, even the Lost Turnabout, I wasn't sick of that case. I was just constantly, like, baffled by how bad it was. Turnabout Big Top, maybe a little bit towards, like, the very last trial. I was, like, my brain was so fried from the utter stupidity of that stupid little, like, bust trick that they tried to explain, that I was just like, just end this already. But, except for Turnabout Ablaze, I've never been sick of a case. Like, I've never just said, okay, I'm tired of this. I don't want, this is just boring, repetitive, and uninteresting. Just move on. I don't want to play this anymore. Like, that's never happened before. But that's been every case in this game so far. Except the first one's the only case that doesn't apply to, because it was just so consistently stupid what it was doing to Phoenix's character. But everything after that has just been... This game is not good. It's not. Alright, what'd you hear?
As I'm away from the stage to the backstage area, that's when I heard them, the assistant detective.
Okay, and what did you hear them talking about?
Heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped, then I heard another gunshot. Then there's a smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry as I came past the small window.
Okay, great. What did you hear them talking about?
Pretty much the same as Tess's testimony.
I am sorry, I'm not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I've said here is the truth.
It is my distinct displeasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible.
Do I have to repeat myself? Lamar was attacked because of this testimony. What, Trucy? Apollo, you know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool.
Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead. Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness.
Okay. You want to tell me a little bit more about what exactly you heard? Darien Crescent?
I did not know his name at the time, but yes, it was him, the one who took the stand yesterday.
How many times do I need to remind you that's impossible? There's no way you could have heard him.
Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why?
Of course.
Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere. She's right, maybe there's a different angle I can try. Yeah, what were they talking about? Lamar, do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us.
I've given it much reflection, but
I was afraid that she doesn't remember.
I only hear one phrase clearly.
A whole phrase?
You remember something that was said?
Why didn't you say anything yesterday?
Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I did not understand what was said.
This could be it, the clue I've been waiting for. Well, what did he say?
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche.
The shooter, then? Darien Crescent.
Well, what did he say?
It's over, press the switch now.
Oh, okay. Well, there's the explanation we're looking for.
Switch? And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Latouche?
I thought it quite strange myself afterwards.
It's a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice, could you shed some light on this?
I mean, sure, I'd be delighted. It's very vital. Maybe we could add it to the testimony. Maybe Apollo? The moment I heard a voice, they pressed the switch now, and I know what switch was pressed. It was this. Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery.
Oh, yeah, there was nothing in the scene that could be called switch save the lights.
Gee, there wasn't a switch at the scene, but it just so happens I have a switch right here.
That soon does look like a switch, doesn't it?
The problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage.
The stage?
Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there.
At the stage?
Are you claiming that the voice Lamar heard was of someone commenting on the press the switch?
It's a possibility.
Alright, forehead, I call it an impossibility.
Why?
It's unnecessary for me to remind the court of the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lemoire's dressing room. Not to mention that the Gavinies were in the middle of a concert stage. We are known for being quite a band. You can shout all you want and not be heard.
I think the voice was loud, but still not a shout.
So do right there, forehead.
Sorry. But he wouldn't have needed to shout. Yeah, because he was wearing a headset. You heard what I said? Or do you need me to shout it out for you? It would have been quite simple to be heard in the stage and dressing room. Oh, wait. You like evidence, don't you? How about this? Using it would be easy to get a message to someone from the stage to the dressing room. Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this?
Why, that's...
What is it? Is that some kind of newfangled phone that they invented I wasn't looking?
This is a type of transmitter, a communications device.
Communications?
From what I've heard, that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin?
Yes, actually. We all had one on.
So you meant that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple.
Sure, but wait, to send an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited.
Lamar said it was about 30 feet, right? Look at this cross-section diagram of the concert forum. Exactly, the walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet.
That can't be.
So when Lamar heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage.
You're claiming this is a switch in question? Why did it have to be at the stage at the time? You can't even pass the pocket and carry it anywhere. Someone could have hit it on stage after the fact.
Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where it was when she heard the voice? What the shooter said, press the switch. Well, I guess we don't.
An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid until we know what the switch was, there's no point in eliminating it.
I was sure this was the way to go with this.
What's the switch anyway? We don't even know that base of it.
Yes, we do. We very much do, though. Wait a second. I do know what the switch is, and if you follow that train of to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes the case. What's up, Apollo? Apollo? We know about the switch, right? We know what it is? Yeah? Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information to share concerning the switch.
Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Justice,
I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what the switch is.
Well, it seems the defense is set up on linking this switch to the case. Let's see your evidence of the link. What evidence do you have to swim the switches?
It connects to this. Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this?
That's...
The what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones?
This is an igniter. What phone looks like this?
Igniter? You mean it's like a lighter?
Yes, actually.
You gotta say this is just a remote.
I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter.
What?
Look, I'll show you.
Yo! Mr. Justice, you will cease and desist from burning down this courtroom.
Sorry, that was a bit more than fire than I expected.
Have my whiskers been caught on fire?
Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. The switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you?
You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you?
Ah! Exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. Did you seriously... wait, did you not put that together until now? Did you not figure out until just now that was the reason why that igniter was there? Oh my god, why is everyone so stupid? And the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake. That's right, he got it in Borgini from Lemoire. He said the sound was amazing. Before it burned, of course, now it just kind of smokes.
Then the guitar that burned it burns. Air forehead.
Yes?
Until you trying to tie these two things together. This being the shooter's voice through the bar. And the guitar suddenly catching on fire.
I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Latusa and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed and the guitar caught fire.
Well, it does seem to make sense. There's something about it that's bugging me. Can't put my finger on it.
Really? It seems pretty simple to me.
Yeah, forehead. Don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess it was wrong.
What's this all about, Prosecutor Gavin?
This simple story simply makes no sense.
Oh, that's... Yeah, you wanna know what else? Another story that makes no sense? Literally this entire f***ing game so far.
The cause may have been this indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set.
Ah, that's right, of course. Oh my god, how many times are you going to show us this stupid concert video?
Indeed, the shooting happened during the third set. Too utterly unrelated.
Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. The whole premise of this is faulty.
See, so it makes no sense.
Neither does this entire goddamn game.
Are you sure about that?
What does that mean, Mr. Justice?
Maybe it's not the premise of my explanation of the Switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise of the entire case so far.
What premise is this specifically?
I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act, and no, it took you this goddamn long to figure that out. What's this? Detective Evan Sky heard shots and found the body. Oh, this is happening in the third act. Gunshots rang out, and according to his testimony, Maki was in that dressing room at the time.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice?
Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony, namely that the victim had already been shot. We are heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane. Before the shooting take place, the shooter was heard in the headset, telling someone to press the switch. Next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. We know that the remote triggered and igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad's performance, the second act. What?
Order! 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 But that goes against the evidence.
What does, Your Honor?
This crime was carried out according to the lyrics of that song, yes?
Hey, he's right, look! The bullet is supposed to come after the fire. You're thinking about it the wrong way. Huh? Look, why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it.
Well, I'm sure whoever had it had some reason.
Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics. You say the other was reversed on purpose.
Reverse, Prosecutor Gavin?
If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes, the shooting would have had to come after the guitar burst into flame. Yet beforehand is raising the possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire. That's such a stupid premise. The fact that, like, why would the police ever consider that as an even kind of decent option? Like, oh yeah, I did everything according to this f***ing song. So stupid. Now it's criminal's objective. The crime point followed the lyrics to the point, but that was the ruse. Also, the killer risks discovery by moving the body. That was the final touch to make it sneaky, follow the lyrics the whole way. Oh, I'm so sick of this case.
Order! 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 That would explain the most unusual situation.
It does. The killer changed the order of events to create a self-alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third step, but not the second. Presumably when it comes to insanity, it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song, but I question your logic, for it's flawed from the very beginning. Yeah, so contradiction here for you. I want to point it out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How can Lamar have heard a voice through it? Because she was in the air vent. I know that you would like to divert our attention from this critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise. She actually could have been in the air vent. Like this isn't very difficult. The Lamar's testimony is in my entire case. That voice she heard, the shooter's voice. What if she couldn't hear it, Apollo? Look, what do we have? A man saying press the switch, and near a crime scene we have a switch, which acts as the remote trigger for an igniter. And last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. It can't all be coincidence, but how do I make it work? See, when directly the question is required. When the crime scene was investigated, we left the crime. That window was closed. Can you tell us if Lamar heard the voice?
A key point to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court?
Okay, Justice, you got one thing to prove and one thing only. Lamar heard a voice, and she heard it during the second set. Think, how was Lamar able to hear the voice? Because she was somewhere else. When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it and had it been open either, meaning it was impossible to hear the voice through that window. That's good to hear you make sense again. For what I've heard, you might be Virginia too. As I was saying, Lamar could not hear the voice through that window, so there could only be one explanation. She heard the voice but at another location entirely. What's this? You knew you amused me so. Here I thought you were good sense from background speaking to us. I'm afraid you and good sense speak entirely two different languages. Should I enter before you her forehead? Lamar clearly stated she thought she heard the voice in that small window, and there was only one small window at the scene. Are you sure? Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene? There is?
I know it looked. Very well. You claim Lamar heard the voice from another location. Mr. Justice, show us what the location was.
Lamar said the voice from the air vent over on this side, which what a semantic thing to get caught up on, but still.
But that's no small window. That's the air vent.
Why did she tell us? She said she's a Virginian, not familiar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this area in a small window. Now you've done it. You got down ludicrous into ludicrous. No, we entered ludicrous in the second that you idiots decided that maybe Maki could have possibly done this for like 8,000 different reasons that don't make any sense at all. Some love is up in the ventilation system listening to the man's voice. That's the only logical explanation, yes. I don't think it's words mean you think it means here, forehead. Okay, what about it isn't logical? It only merits saying. Lamar be in the ventilation system because she probably because she was, you know, trying to get from one side of the stage to the other. you know, for the illusion?
I did not correct. No offense intended to her, of course.
The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin, isn't it, Lamoire? You have been listening to our discussion here, yes?
Yes, I admit it's had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed, but why should that mean I cannot hear through it? I fear our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter.
Problem here is words. Lamoire, the small window through which you heard the voice. Was it up high in the ceiling of the room, not low on a wall?
Yes, it was up on the ceiling.
Order! Order! I will have order! Witness, you will clarify the statement to the court. Are you in fact saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room, and that's where you heard the moment of the crime?
Yes, in fact I was. I'm sorry, I never imagined it would become such an important point.
Yes, well, why the heck were you up there?
I believe it's time for another testimony.
I'm not sure I can.
But I remind you this is a murder trial. We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please.
Well, looks like I'm on the right track.
Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I had heard there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I heard. So I was there.
I can say why you were there, because you were trying to move from one side of the stage to the other for your freaking illusion.
Bonus secrecy?
I'm allowed to work one as many obligations to uphold.
But you say you were in the middle of your performance. So this did happen during the second set.
I did not witness the crime, you misunderstand. I only know what I heard.
Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing in detail.
That's the questionnations for John Forehead. For your forehead. Images is course to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission.
Very well. Mr. Justice, you begin the examination.
What are you gonna do, Apollo? I'm gonna find out the truth. She was up above that ceiling for a reason, just have to get it out of her. I think I have a pretty good idea. It's not exactly rocket science, just let me get to the part where she says it, and nope, that's too far. You were there because of the illusion which is demonstrated on the videotape. Lamoire, truth be told, the reason for your presence above the ceiling is quite clear, especially when you consider what happened during your performance.
What happened?
Yes, it's raw right here in this video. Are you seriously going to make us watch it for another goddamn time? Are you f***ing kidding me? How many goddamn times are you going to make us watch this unskippable concert video? This is absurd. We don't need to see the whole thing. We know what happens in the video. We've seen it like 6 million times at this point. This is ridiculous. Oh my god, why? Why? Look, if it's just that you're so proud of the cutscene that you want people to see it again, fine, play it, but give me the option to skip it if we already know what, unless you're going to show me something new, which evidently enough you're not showing me something new, then there's no reason to play it. This is just so silly. This is so silly. Oh my god. Who wrote this? This is so dumb. As we can see, though it sounds to me to be so realistic, Lamar isn't capable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation, so the only explanation is that she was hidden from view, and during that time, she moved to the back of the forum. Apollo? Well, what, Tracy? It's not nice to reveal. Oh, shut up! We're in the middle of a murder investigation! This is literally a court of law.
This is all very fascinating. But how is that possible? There was only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast. Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin?
This is his concert, his show. He knows that the illusion was performed. Aha! He's just realizing his own oversight. Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage, through the backstage, to the rear of the forum. Recall Lamoire's testimony from yesterday.
Yep, I know. We already had the flashback. She went from the stage to the backstage exit. A perfect description of the route above the ceiling.
Lamoire knew of this because of her part in the illusion, but she wasn't the only one who knew.
What?
Just now in the lobby, Malaki told me something.
I know if I open vent, I can leave stage and backstage.
Said that?
Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin?
I knew about the vanishing act, of course. Yet I had no idea the route that would be used. Why did that magician?
Magicians only reveal details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of a magician's life, you know.
Which is why he bound Lamoire to secrecy. Well, Lamoire?
I'm impressed, Mr. Attorney. Lucky was right about you.
So, what does this mean? Are you saying you used this route above the ceiling?
I did.
Well, but I'm still a little confused.
Why's that, Your Honor?
As I said before.
Oh my god, are you that's again! Again!
How many times do you need to make us watch this stupid video and not be able to skip the dialogue? Oh my god, why are you so proud of this cutscene? It's good, yes, but it's not good to watch 6 million f***ing times. That's a good question.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I cannot.
Very well. Mr. Justice,
Yes?
it's all to you. Do your thing.
What thing, Your Honor?
You need to explain how Lemar was able to teleport like she did. Or I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater.
Why do I get picked on?
As I've stated before, I'm not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night of detail.
Then you'll have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her.
As it always is. Right. I feel like a student before finals. Good luck, Apollo.
Oh god. Okay, so follow the route exactly.
I followed the exactly as I was instructed. There was an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. From there, one could enter the forum on the opposite side from the stage. The plan was to move there in 2 minutes.
2 minutes? I thought you got there in 20 seconds. What?
2 minutes, you say? Then Mr. Edebens.
I suppose it was too much to hope the judge would come up with something.
This is my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honor. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Lemar is saying and what we can see plainly in the video. I figured out already, I'm a magician after all. Well, tell me. Not a chance. I can't reveal the magician.
Oh, for God's sake, we're in a court of law! If you figure something out, then you say something about it! This is very, very simple.
Hey, you're supposed to be on my side here.
Okay. Here we go. So, I'm pretty sure you went there in 20 seconds, not 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yes, it can be done in 1 minute if you're running.
Running? And not cramped?
Haha, Mr. Tony, have you forgotten? Dark or light, it makes no difference to me.
That's true, but
So you're saying that on London concert you made the trip in 2 minutes?
Yes, though I didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway.
Lemar disappeared on the video for 20 seconds. It says she made that trip in 2 minutes? How? If I'm a professional, I'll bet the answer's right there in that video.
Well, Mr. Justice, perhaps you have some evidence for us. Something that can explain the difference between the video and her testimony?
Oh, because she had to stop to get her brooch, that's why. Ah, evidence explaining discrepancy? Yep, we have it. It's one piece of evidence that explains it's her brooch.
Aha, the brooch. We saw that yesterday, did we not?
It was found at the scene, Your Honor.
You bring this up now, why? That we had already assumed that when we dropped.
So did I, but we hadn't. Take another look at the video.
Oh my... Again! Again! You're making us watch it again! We just watched this! Oh my god! Why? This isn't even funny anymore. This is just freaking aggravating as all hell.
So she is.
Take a bit later.
This cutscene isn't good enough to be served. Like it's like the Warden Eternal from Halo 5. Like the first time you fight that boss, I'm just skipping this. I don't care. I don't care anymore. The first time you fight the Warden Eternal in Halo 5 Guardians, it's like, okay, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good boss battle because there's a lot of different layers to the boss, so you can move around a lot. There's different angles you can attack from. The second time you fight him, it's like there's still different levels to attack from, but it's like, really, we fought him again? It's no matter how again, this stupid video again. Oh my. Okay, just forget it. I'm just gonna keep talking. Like, no matter, it doesn't matter how good a boss battle is. If you have to fight the same boss 9 times in a row, you're gonna get sick of it. Probably after the 3rd time. It's the same thing here. I swear, if they play this stupid concert video one more time, I keep thinking even when I was moving, didn't you stop singing in the middle of it though? You were singing?
Yes, like he's got an expensive this life for recordings, so I use this.
Wait, so you were singing the whole time? That's not, I thought, when you were calling above the ceiling to the backstage?
Why should it matter where I sing, but wherever I go it's the same darkness.
I thought didn't you stop singing in the middle of it?
But if you were singing while you were walking,
That's right, wouldn't the shooter and the victim have heard? She was singing right over their heads after all. That is right, that's another thing.
Are you sure?
You have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing in the ceiling.
Let's get me come back to the state of the scene of the crime.
What state? Ah, I know what he means, that old speaker. The speaker was blaring at the time of the murder. Ah, that's for monitoring the stage from this room. Monitoring? It pipes in a real-time feed from the stage microphones, useful for knowing when your set is coming up.
Satisfied? Our dressing room is fitted with a large speaker playing directly from the stage, at my request actually.
So Lemoir singing in the ceiling sounded just like Lemoir singing over the speaker.
Ingenious. Her voice is hidden by her voice.
Lemoir?
I just remembered something.
Do tell.
When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes, it startled me, so
So you?
I stopped singing.
Yep, that's what I thought. The song stopped.
Thankfully, it's a very convenient second verse, so not many would notice.
But the mixing board I lent you, where is it?
The mixing, huh? The machine, Apollo, the one that breaks music into tracks. Oh, this. I completely forgotten about it. Let's take a listen.
Oh my f***ing god, again! With this stupid video! How many times are you going to make us watch this f***ing video? This is ridiculous. This is just... I'm not making you stuff. I'm speeding this up. Dude, just... Why? Why do you make us watch this?
Song does stop there.
It does, I must have missed it.
Look at the lyric sheet. See where it says pleasure, pleasure? Now listen again. Oh my god, here we go again.
This is evidence indeed. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake.
Wow, is anybody f***ing surprised at that? It happened during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lamar's ballad. If that is true,
then no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter.
which means that Darian Consent could have done it. He wasn't on stage in the second set. Well, Prosecutor Gavin,
Fascinating. Rock and roll, dude. I don't believe I've ever seen a trial turn around twice so thoroughly. Your one problem remains.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
If I had seen just have a certain kind of logic to it. Yet it is entirely based upon Lamar's testimony.
Yes, is there a problem with this?
Well, it's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. But if she's lying to protect the defendant,
oh my god, we're back to this again? But you have no proof.
I'm saying that the truth is still yet unclear, so we hear directly from the man himself.
The man, you don't mean...
Yes, though he's a friend and a brand member, Darian Consent must take the stand. I see no other way.
As someone with a new perspective on the case?
It's a suspect, to be frank.
Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole, and I'm ready to catch him.
This is as good as time for any to pause for a brief recess. The prosecution will summon the witness. Have him appear and ready by the time we begin.
Unless one needs to be reminded of what his duties are.
Very well. Court is adjourned for 15-minute recess.
Oh my god, I swear, if they play that stupid concert video one more goddamn time before the end of this case, I swear. Please let this be the last part of the case. I can't take this anymore. This is so bad. This is so bad. Alright, that's it for this episode, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Goodbye.